Hank and I were talking about this yesterday, actually. We agreed that the best thing you can do is like write the whole text of the video and then close your computer and not ever refer to what you just wrote. So you've like organized and collected your thoughts, but it doesn't sound like you're reading. And that's what I try to do. So sometimes I'll like scratch notes, like when I did that video about the cotton subsidies in Brazil, and I had to talk about a lot of like complicated economic issues, but I was also at Lowe's. I had some notes written on my hand, like some numbers, like 147 million. So I was like at Lowe's, like holding my camcorder, like running from security. So sometimes I do that. I mean, I spend several hours before I make every video thinking about what I want to say and writing notes, but I try not to refer to those notes too much when I'm actually filming. And then the bulk of any video, for me at least, is in editing, so that's where the most of the work is done. Yes?
And I'm sure many other people got here really early before the lecture, and we ended up going to a coffee shop. We were wondering, what did you do for the hour prior to this lecture?
What did I do for the hour prior to this lecture? I was just hanging out with Lauren and Matt. That's what I did. Today I did a couple school visits. And this morning I was on TV. There's a nerd fighter, Marie, who works for Pittsburgh Today. Is that right? Pittsburgh This Morning?
Pittsburgh Today Live.
Pittsburgh Today Live. And she got me on TV. It's like YouTube, but the cameras are much more expensive. Yes.
Are there any new developments with the Evil Baby Orphanage?
Are there any new developments with the Evil Baby Orphanage? I mean, I'm obsessed with figuring out what to do with the Evil Baby Orphanage. For those of you who don't know, the Evil Baby Orphanage is this idea that we had that we should just go back in time and take all the evil people when they're babies and then put them in an orphanage in like Tibet or something, where they're with like somebody who's really awesome. There's like a great teacher, and he's going to raise them up to be not evil. Yeah, I mean, we're still talking about it all the time. We need to put it back in videos. But it's hard to figure out what to do with it exactly. So if you guys want to do something, that would be nice. Generally, like, we just wait for nerd fighters to make stuff that we like and then we steal it. So please do that. Yes?
So maybe you're the wrong time to ask, but I was talking to a friend about Will Grayson and how, why John Levinson's Will Grayson is lower, it writes in all lowercase.
Oh, lowercase.
Yeah.
Why is the other half of the book in lowercase? Yeah, I'm not the right person to ask. But here's what I think is the answer, or like the answer I would give. I think it's because the kid doesn't distinguish between instant message conversations and real life conversations, and one doesn't generally capitalize in instant messages and doesn't really see a distinction between internet communication and IRL communication. So I think that's why. But yeah, someday he'll come here. Yes?
Great. So when you're like running your errands during your videos, do you
Yeah.
ever get like, what's the weirdest reaction you've gotten?
I just don't pay attention. Like I'm a really kind of shy, nervous person in real life, but I know that if I'm going to talk about Brazilian cotton subsidies, I am darn well better find a way to make that visually interesting, or you're going to hate me. It's already asking a lot of you to let me talk for 4 minutes about Brazilian cotton subsidies. And Hank called me after that, and he was like, "Great video. Just because you like something doesn't mean that other people." But no, I mean, people look at me in the background and stuff. Occasionally, like when I vlog in airports, people ask me what I'm doing, and I'll just explain that I have a video blog and that it's with my brother. What I usually do is I make it sound like no one watches it except for Hank. So, like if anybody confronts me or whatever, I'll just, "Oh, it's my brother," which is true in the largest sense of the word true. There are so many questions. Yes. Oh, because he's, that's a good question. There's a writer whose first novel is called The Mysteries of Pittsburgh, named Michael Chabon, who wrote, he wrote a great great book. Well, he's written many great books, but he wrote one great book called The Adventures of Cavalier and Clay. And that book is about a non-existent comic. Oh, talking about things that become real. Okay, that book is about a non-existent comic called The Escapist that becomes like a huge hit. And then, because the book was such a huge hit, they made The Escapist. And it became real, and that was right above his crib is a poster for The Escapist. And I kind of like the idea that he's an escapist. There are many questions. Yes, giant squid of anger.
Okay, so who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
Who am I rooting for this year? I'll tell you the honest answer. I am rooting for the Colts. I still believe there's a chance they're going to be there. We don't know what's going to happen. You know, maybe they'll get a lockout early. I don't know. So yeah, I think it's going to be the Colts. Trounce the Patriots, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I know they're both in the AFC. All right, that was a terrible joke. I ruined the joke for all the football fans by naming two teams in the AFC. Sorry. Yes, and all the way in the back at the top. Yes, you just turned around to see them someone else.
I noticed you didn't have as many, or any, punishment videos. Have you stopped that completely, or have you just not had it?
No. I mean, we'll continue to make punishment videos sometimes, but you know, we really want to try to narrow in on, like, I don't want to say that we want to make our videos less fun, but we do. Well, not less fun, but we want to make them, we will still do punishment videos, but I want to try to transition toward doing challenge videos. The reason we don't do punishment videos is because we never do anything wrong. You know, we never miss a day. We haven't missed a day in years, so that's fun. Yes, first row.
So, do you use Final Cut?
Do I use Final Cut? Yes. Call me Mr. Green or John. I mean, I've worked really hard for you not to even ask that question. Yeah, just call me John. Yes.
I was on IMDb today, and it said this is the last day I was going to out 2015. Like,
Yeah.
will any of your books ever do actually?
Will any of my books ever actually be turned into movies? Well, IMDb just changes the year.
It said 2010.
Yeah, it just moves the year back every year, which is fine. No, I don't think they'll ever make Looking for Alaska, which is really good. It's really a great thing, because the amazing thing about that book is that it sold better 2 weeks ago than ever. So it has this amazing life in the life of its readers, where it's a book that you share with your friends. And that is so much cooler and means so much more to me than if it were selling because there was a movie poster with sexy actors on it. So I really don't, I don't want to say I don't want them to make it, because then if they do make it someday, I'm going to have to pretend to be very excited. But it's okay this way. You know, it's okay. You know, the difficulty when they make a movie has been forever after. I mean, I love To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a brilliant book. But on some level, I still see Gregory Peck as Atticus Finch when I read it. And we're free from that right now with my stories. And that's kind of valuable to me. That said, like, anytime Hollywood wants to give me money, I will take it, because I try really hard not to sell out, and that except to them. I try really hard not to sell out to you guys. I try really hard not to sell out on YouTube. I try really hard not to sell out in my books. So that leaves them. I will take all their money. Yes. Both of you.
I've heard that when you wrote Looking for Alaska, that the final product was 70% changed from the draft.
Yeah.
Could you say, is that true?
That's low, actually. It's probably 90% change from the draft.
What was in the draft? The last?
Just a bunch
last
of
words?
crap. No, the first draft of the first draft of Looking for Alaska, I don't think maybe it's possible nothing survived. But the draft I sold to Penguin in 2003, maybe 20% of that survived to the final book. Yeah, there weren't last words in it really. There weren't. The basic. No. The basic arc of the story was the same. I mean, you know, the characters had the same names and stuff. It was set in the same place. But in terms of all the events that happened, those all changed. Other than like the event that happens at the center of the book. Everything else